All right. So I tried to do my best to get through to him, right? But the
Yeah.
impression I kept getting is like as if I'm asking for favors or like I'm trying to make like become like a bajillionaire when in reality I'm simply saying like the math doesn't make sense, right? The sanitation needs to make money, the crafter needs to make money, the repair guy needs to make money. But it just I don't know, it wouldn't click, and it was frustrating because he's either hiding something, is too set in his ways, and this ego battle with Mary is getting in the way. It just, there was no constructive conversation. And at the end of the day, I'm having to watch these mechanics just make jack shit compared to every other business in the city, right? All because we're all collectively hurting ourselves. I was to the point where I'm like, what if we just fucking drive the entire market down to send a message until they're willing to come to the table and discuss? I was gonna wait to have this conversation with you, and then subsequently approach Lang. And the reason is quite simple: is that if these numbskulls, well, let me take a step back. There is no way that they are paying $4 per material.
No, there's no way they could afford that if they are doing the prices that you say that they are doing right now. There's no way. There's no profit in that.
And my theory was that they're buying at 3, which is how much the union is buying. Which at that price, there is some money, but still not a lot. Because 42 is $420 for one across, which is what most people need. And if it's 420, that's 420 between the mechanic, the crafter, and all the work required to, you know, get the logistics of getting it in and moving it here, and not to mention the security of like what happens if someone robs you once or twice, right? So I kept cooking on this. I'm like, so then where are they getting the mats from? Clearly they're not getting it from the union. I then learned that they got their own sanitation unit. They said as much, and Vinny inferred as much. But even then, I'm like, bro, you're going to start like pissing off the sanitation people, because this entire formula that they are running off of is going to drive the price of material down. And in turn, if it does go down, then the mechanic stuff goes down. The entire system goes like, everything gets cheap for no reason. And now sanitation's fucked, crafters are fucked, and mechanics are fucked.
Yeah, you can't adjust the one thing and expect nothing else to happen to the other. It works in unison. Once you balance or you tip the other side of the scale, something else happens to the other side. It has to work in unison.
Yep, 1000%. And we don't know if around the corner, like some of these materials are needed for something else. Like look at like you know, like the circuit boards, right? Now, how are you going to handle that when all of a sudden there's another surge in like 2-3 other mats? Yet we've driven our price down so much that the general population is used to $750 repairs. You know, eat now so you don't have to, you know, worry so much in the future. None of these like simple principles are just frankly understood. I spoke with Lang earlier today.
Okay.
And oh, I don't have it on me. I gave him the pages.
Okay.
But what I've learned is Patar, who sold us some materials, has been selling to Popular.
Okay.
And presumably the price is less than the $4. Now, while selling this stuff to me, he did not mention that he is in like what sounds like a fucking gang war down at sanitation, which indirectly means that he's putting me without any like disclaimer at odds with individuals that I do not need to be at odds with. I gave Lang 2 pages from some memoir. Not memoir, this like thing called there's a document that's being handed out about the scrappers, which Patar and Popula are involved in, where they're trying to create what I'm understanding as a alternative to the union.
Okay, just so that people have another option if they don't want to be in the union, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Okay.
And they are directly driving that price down. After speaking with Lang, it sounds like some of the problems that he's having about with Patar, for example, where he's saying, you know, Lang's saying, look, the union's trying to set a standardized price and everybody eats. He's having the same problem the mechanics are having, where people are just driving the price down unnecessarily.
But just in the sanitation yard.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing, just somewhere else.
Now, what I propose to him, if things get really bad, perhaps what needs to happen is that him, you, me, perhaps Mary, others who are collectively affected by this, very much intentionally crash the market. Where we start doing repairs for like $300.
Mm-hmm.
Thus driving out the competitors. Their shops would be empty.
You would hope that the people that sells to him wouldn't do that, right? They would actually then feel like they wouldn't be able to sell at that rate anymore.
Precisely. Oh shit, is that the mayor? Give me a sec. Raya, I'm almost done.
Where are you?
I'm on the roof. I gotta finish this conversation with Eve.
Hurry up!
All right. I'm genuinely shocked that that this conversation even needs to, like, this sort of problem is even presenting itself, because
Yeah.
it just, like, it doesn't pass any kind of like logical jump. You know, this would make sense if people couldn't afford repairs.
Yeah. I mean, it's really dumb that they're doing this on purpose when they could just do the same thing and not be going broke. I don't understand.
I mean, they're not going broke per se, but they're definitely leaving thousands of dollars off the table. I mean,
Yeah.
we've barely changed our prices. Like, I'll give someone like a discount at their rate if I feel like they're someone else's customer. But like, this shop is running 20 out of 24 hours if I were to estimate. Going through 500 pots a day, and like, our mats are increasing and our bank account is increasing, and this is not because any of us are looking to walk away filthy rich. It's that these mechanics, quite frankly, and sanitation workers deserve a fair cut, right? Comparable to that of Group 6, of trucking, etc. And I just don't think that they see how they're sort of damaging their own workers. And if they are on some kind of copium that they're able to make this all work, I don't know how long that copium's going to last. But, you know, I do think as a worst case red button effect, crashing the market, I think would be a pretty wise play.
Well, whatever you need to do, I'll always back you.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Because we can't do this without people needing repairs. We have no one to sell to, except for the people who are, you know, building other things, but that also dries up at one point, but this is consistent. So
Yeah.
whatever you want to do, I am behind you.
Okay.
Especially if it's for longevity at the end of the day.
Yeah. There is some good news on that front. I think we're just as I'm sort of seeing how things play out the next 24 hours after that talk with Lang. I think it was him, Harry, and Luciano. And I think they're also like chewing on some of what was said. I think we found that there's more in common with our businesses than was previous, especially with how directly related both businesses are, right?
Yeah.
Now on the bright side, apparently the union's really starting to hold down things, and it looks like they're going to try to drive Patar and company out, which kind of sucks. I like Patar, I really do, but he's playing a fucking dangerous game, and it does piss me off he didn't, like I said, he never told me he's selling me, like, let's just call them like blood materials, you know what I mean, like kind of like blood diamonds, like where these materials that I'm buying is packed with a fuckload of politics.
I heard that he showed up with a gun at sanitation yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, something else came up. I don't know if Deacon mentioned it to you, but he was running out of parts the other day, and I don't know how you want to handle that when on days that you're not around.
Oh yes. So Donnie has been huge. He's a guy we were speaking to downstairs.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, he's great.
I'd like you, me, him, and a guy named Walker to be sitting on like 40 pots across, so that the mechanics can reach out to any one of us and pick up the pots from us.
Okay.
So I think that keeps the shop afloat. Plus, you know,
Doesn't force anybody to always have to be here.
precisely.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
All right. The next thing is Donnie, when he came on board, was very interested in warehousing. This is where things get really juicy. So get ready for this, Eve. And I want your honest opinion on this.
Okay.
I've told the boys to kind of start getting a little prepared in case things get dicey.
In terms of if this doesn't work out, or
If the shop is ever attacked.
oh, okay.
Only some of them. And just to kind of keep their ears open. I'm hoping it never comes to that. Because that's not what I want the shop to be known for, right? I don't think it's a good look, and I mean, we don't even have a mayor elected, and the last thing I want is people to think that this place is just full of thugs, right? But
Yeah, I agree. Don't want people being strong-armed and vice versa.
and there's also that dangerous recipe that if that sort of thing starts up, it can get some of the mechanics to feel more gang affiliated than they should, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I don't want Pegasus 2.0. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
But the second thing Donnie and I were talking about was getting into manufacturing and working on our own subsidizing. And the first thing is to get into Buttcoin. You, me, him, and we start producing these products and see if there's a market for it. Is that something you're interested in?
I'm down for anything. I'm keeping my cards open for things like this.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to be honest. This is an easier sell than I thought it was going to be.
Why?
Well, not everyone likes to take risks and try things.
I mean, I came back to the city with Luciano and Lottie. I don't know if you've met her. She'd like to meet you at some point. She's very interested in everybody that I meet up with and put my trust in. And if you need to get that, you can.
Hey, Juno.
Nino, have an event, and we were meant to come, but then we ended up having a meeting with Greenwood.
Okay.
Do you want to come to this event?
Where's the event?
Bahama Mamas.
Bahama Mama. Yeah, I'll try to make it down.
Oh yeah, it's a speed dating event.
I'll
Hosted by
pass.
Max. But it's hosted by Max. You can talk to him.
Yeah, but
You
I'm
don't
not
have to
trying to
attend.
I'm not trying to do a speed dating thing.
No, you don't need a speed date. I was thinking more like 2 birds, 1 stone, because there'll be intervals.
You
know?
want me to
Talk to
date, go on a speed date with Max?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to participate in the event. Max is hosting it.
Is he so he's not participating?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah, but that's gonna be weird if I'm talking about like, hey, check out the shop thing. You know what I mean?
Okay, you're gonna be around in like an hour or so?
Maybe. I mean, we could schedule for tomorrow.
Tomorrow's the election results.
Oh, fuck. All right, yeah, let's try to set it up for tonight.
Okay, alright, I'll let you know as soon as this event's all done then.
All right. All right.
Alright,
I
bye.
appreciate it, Juno. Bye.
No worries, bye.
Okay. Looks like Maya got caught up in there at a speed dating event, and she asked if I want to come down there, but I think it'd be kind of
Nice.
inappropriate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I came back with Luciano, and I wanted to, build things up with him. And as you can tell, he's running with Lang and them now. So it's I don't necessarily want to do that again. I want to build things for myself, not necessarily for others. So it's still trying to find what I want to do, but I'm open to creating my own opportunities with other people.
Okay. Dex Martin, I invited him to live in my house last week.
Mm-hmm.
There was a false wall. The other side of which there was 20 racks and 3 medium racks. We were the first in the city to have the medium rack blueprint. I've since parted ways with him. Good guy. He does not know how to move.
You think he's a risk himself?
Oh, he was a massive risk. I'm very trusting of people. And I took a bit of a risk, and the house turned into a trap house. Luckily, Kay moved in the cops next door, and I had an excuse to move him out.
Oh. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Do you know? Have you met Jack Kettleman?
No.
Jack Kettleman is the head of the lumber union.
I've heard of the lobby union.
I really vibe with Jack. Now, he's one paranoid son of a bitch. But he means well and he's very interesting. Well, me in good faith linked up Dex and him. Reason being, these medium racks required wood. And I'm a big fan of like making partnerships where everyone benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Dex had the recipe. I had the house with the benches. Kettleman had the wood. And everything could be redirected down. Now, out of good faith, I introduced Dex to Jack. And Jack moved his second bench over to my property. And we started cranking out these medium racks. Took about 12 hours. And then, let's just say the tools kept resetting on us. And then before you knew it, this entire setup was no one will know that we are producing these so that we can, you know, make some extra profit on top, right? People are going to pay more, right? Well, little did we realize Dex went and told a bunch of people and, you know,
Oh my God.
it was bad. And every time we would confront him, we would walk away thinking he's told us everything, and then it turned out he didn't. It got really bad. That's Raya down there.
Yeah. Yeah. Raya, you have to pay for our time, Raya.
What are you guys doing? Oh,
What?
where are you?
$1,000, Raya, then you can know what we're doing.
I'm okay.
All right, bye.
What's going on, Raya?
What is going on here?
What? We're just talking.
What is going on? Are you cheating on me, Nino? Is that what it is?
No,
Oh
what the
my
fuck?
god! Oh my god! How could you cheat on me? I can't believe it.
$1,000, Raya.
No, I'm not paying $1,000.
$1,000.
I'm not.
Well,
paying
you're
$1,000.
wasting my time right now by interrupting. So $1,000.
No,
$1,000.
no,
$1,000.
no.
Then leave.
You,
Yeah, you had me.
you're so rude. You know that? You're so
I wouldn't
rude.
interrupt. I wouldn't interrupt a meeting that you are having.
Is that
So
a
you're
meeting?
the one who's being
Is that a
rude.
meeting?
Yes,
Is that
Yes.
a meeting?
it's a
Is that a
meeting.
meeting? It doesn't look like a meeting. It doesn't look like a meeting at all. What are you guys doing here, huh? Are you cheating on me, Nino? Is
Okay.
that what it is?
First off, this is
Is
my
it over?
niece. Second off,
Oh.
Have a great day. Whee.
She's so spoiled.
yep. You know, yeah, not wrong. I think she's been waiting down there. I told her I'll... Oh, she did go down. The reason I kind of give you kind of the background so you know, the house is now clean. It's got a bench, small bench in there. I got a computer. And what I'd like to do is start investing into this Bitcoin stuff. Now, I don't know where it's going to lead at all, but I am hoping that it opens up like a new revenue chain.
I think it probably will. I mean, people are buying circuit boards at the wazoo. So I'm pretty sure it's going to. Like just the amount of apps on the desktop, I'm pretty sure whoever gets into it will probably keep on, keep a fair head in the game if they can do it themselves.
Precisely. And even further than that, we've already been thinking about some of these. So these things can go onto hard drives. And the hard drives, I'm theorizing we can produce Bitcoin on it and then stash the hard drive and actually sell the hard drives.
Oh my god, I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm. Because it's like cold storage.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about like, oh, transfer to this wallet, transfer to that wallet. But here's the thing. In that house can be a massive data center that is just pumping Bitcoin onto drives with all the apps installed. And then that hard drive sits somewhere else ready for a buyer. They buy it, they have everything and God knows how many Bitcoins sitting on it. So even in the worst case scenario, if there is a theft, number one, you already have a backup ready to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm. So you'd never be crippled, basically.
Precisely.
Damn, okay.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, me and Donnie have been cooking on this.
Damn, okay. That's pretty good.
Yep. But anyways, these are the kind of things we're thinking about right now. Where we're waiting on is I'm like 3 days away from being able to get the rack for the blueprint. The blueprint for the rack. After which we can stop putting up the GPUs. I'm being very cautious not to. I could buy a rack today from Ray Romanoff for 30,000, but there's a couple reasons I'm not. 30,000 is way too much money for what amounts to waiting 3 days.
Yeah, that is a lot. I would not do that.
And the other thing too is, you know, not until do we know that there's value in it does it make sense to start dumping in it, especially with all these rumors about like electricity prices. I've heard it from 2 people now. I don't know if it's like copium, if it's rumor, but it's definitely something I'm considering.
I think it's a good avenue.
Yeah. People are going to want to bust banks, and one thing about banks.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, do you know what's gonna happen? All these people who are like Ray and them, who are probably already setting on their own setups, right? They're gonna be using their own currency for their own usage, right? But people who don't do that are gonna be sitting on currency, and then we'd be able to sell it, right?
Yes. That's exactly it. They're not going to have time to be thinking about that. They might, but if tomorrow that Fleeca bank can be broken into, are they spending their time figuring out how to maximize on the crypto and produce it? No.
They want to get into the bank immediately, and they'll be using their own crypto and probably not be using it efficiently, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I 100% think it's worth investing into. 100%.
There's another thing too, but I'm going to tell you this another time because, are your eyes open?
No.
So that's probably like weeks and weeks down the road, but I'm kind of thinking of like options where, you know, different avenues could be taken depending how things go.
Yeah, gotta keep the options open anyway.
All right. Oh, holy shit. That was a hell of a brain dump. It's been a busy couple days.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, but whatever you want to get into, Nino, I'm here. I'm here to support you. I'm here to take anything off your shoulders as well, because I can imagine that you have so many conversations per day as well, and you get pulled in different directions. I do too, but I have like family stuff I have to deal with, which gets tiring as well.
What I am thinking is, I think the first order business, I want to direct all material acquisition through you. Obviously your people will get first, you know, dibs, but then others who want to sell to us go through you as well.
Yeah, I mean, if there's times that I'm not awake and people do still want to buy, I mean, even if it's small quantities, still buy. Like it's still good to have that relationship with those people, right? That you've already started to build. Like I think I barely see Arthur, and I spoke to Dragon the other day. I called him, talked to him. I think the issue I have with him is I'd like to run with him, but I don't see him. Like he's
Oh.
awake, and he also has issues finding a crew. Because I asked him like how how much does Leo like him, and he hasn't even he hasn't even hit 100.
Oh, he just did this morning.
Yeah. So it's like I thought because I always see him down there, but I think he has the issue of like actually just consistently finding somebody to run with. So I think he has that issue as well. And I told him, well, whenever you're awake, hit me up and I'll come join you. So it's very hard to actually find consistent people when you can't consistently be around. And I think he's like earlier Storm as well.
Yeah, that's Dragon's sleep schedule's all over the place. I know he's around right now. He's like half in. He's really close to Donnie, but he's also kind of liking what Patah's doing. So we were contemplating having a pretty like straightforward like sit down with him. Mm-hmm. And just being like, listen, Patah's getting into shit and we want nothing to do with it. You know?
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very easy way to let him like make it known, you know?
Yeah. I mean, literally can't have him be associated and then him run out of the yard. With Patah, because that would just be very bad and be very useless.
Are we able to, I'm gonna just ask, are we able to get material for 3 per so the mechanics can eat better?
From me or from the people I buy from?
From you.
But what do I buy from them? Because that's the issue, right? Because
Oh.
I buy 3 per, and then I'm not making any money.
Oh, I see. Let's leave it at 4 then. Let's leave it at 4.
That's the only difficult part of if I was out there doing it by myself, I wouldn't mind because then it's just my materials and I don't mind. But if I am if I'm buying 80% of my materials at 3 per, it's difficult.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want to put that extra burden. And not to mention, honestly, we can continue at 4.
But if you were to do whatever you wanted to do with, and the Vinny thing didn't get better, I would be willing for that time in period to go down to, let's say, 3.25. Like I don't for that I would.
That works. I don't think we need to press that button just yet because I think the money's still coming in. All right.
And again, I had a agreement with Lang for mechanic shops 4 per.
Yeah, we should definitely. Yeah, you're right. Okay. I think in the grand scheme of things, the shop is running really well, and I think I'm really excited for this. I think especially with the addition of these ideas about subsidizing. Oh, none of the shops had pots today.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Raya.
Can you hear me? I'm yelling at you.
Okay, we're coming down.
Can you hear me? No.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm yelling. Can you hear me when I'm yelling?
Yeah, I can. Well,